Hello everyone, it's your Peacekeeper, and my apologies for the delay in getting this in getting started here. Was on the road and not immediately available. So thank you guys very much for your patience here while we get this started. As with always, we are going to start off with our stream schedule. Today is the 10th of May. Holy cow, we are almost halfway through May already. And our next live stream is going to be next Tuesday, the 15th, at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Hopefully, we don't have problems again. Holy cow. Shouldn't have any issues, hopefully. As they say, famous last words. Okay, so I'm still popping out chats and all that stuff, so hopefully you guys are doing all right here as I get things kind of prepped and ready to go. Apparently there was a patch and my port is no longer daytime port. That makes me kind of sad, so we'll have to find another one there. Okay, popping out chats. Thank you guys for being patient. Again, sorry for the delay. Was dropping off somebody, so okay. I think I've got everything up and running, maybe, sort of. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, we're gonna switch on over. Actually, scratch that for a second. Got some ships to play hide and seek with. That way I don't accidentally click on them. So how is everybody doing today? Well, I'm doing pretty well, with the exception of a little bit of a minimum of sleep, which should make this very interesting to say the least. Almost done. Hang on one second. Where is it? There it is. Okay, I think I've got all of these ships hidden. Alright, let's kick it on over to the live stream. We're gonna find a different port because nighttime, that port is depressing. Got so many good options anymore. We'll go to Kronstadt. So, all right. Happy birthday, Eric. I'm just going with Eric. Happy birthday, Eric. Okay. Been playing the Tier 9 Saint Louis? Struggling a bit. Can you play it if you got it? I don't know that I still have her. Nope, I don't. Saint Louis is kind of a hard ship to play. I mentioned that in my how to play video. Definitely not my favorite ship in the whole wide world to play, simply because of how frustrating it can be to actually play it. Oh, I found something. Look at the stream schedule for a couple seconds. I missed one. Alright. So, we're back here. The first one I want to play today is I want to get this out of the way, because we haven't played Arizona on a live stream in a long time. I think we probably should. So, where is my Montana captain? So, we're going to start this off with our USS Arizona. I know some people want to see modules, so there are my modules. You can see I am running Artillery Plotting Room Mod 1 because, well, it's probably the best for Arizona. Captain skills, it's Peter Newton. Montana captain skills. Works out pretty well, all things considered. So let's go ahead and get on rolling in here. Do I have the USS Massachusetts? Picasso is asking, and the answer to that question is yes. That was actually the ship that I had to hide there briefly. So, okay. So, glad you're on Twitch now. Awesome. I'm glad to have you. You know, Twitch is an interesting cat because Twitch has an exclusivity clause. Wow, we got up tiered bad. Twitch has an exclusivity clause in their like Twitch That's the word I'm looking for here. And their terms of use for members that they have sponsored or whatever. So I think I don't know that I'll ever get, you know, the full Twitch benefits out of it, but that's all right. I enjoy being in both locations now. Hopefully being able to get to a much wider audience than before. Oh, hey, let's just go ahead and toss the screen around. Okay. Back to the game here. Little hectic here. This week has been kind of crazy. That's part of the reason why I haven't had any videos put out yet this week, and probably won't. It's just been crazy. This is actually the first time I've had to really play this game. Also been kind of taking a little bit of a break from the game, trying to avoid getting burned out, because it's very easy to get burned out. Arizona was detonated at Pearl Harbor. Yep. And I'm trying to remember something about where the shell landed. There was powder. Yeah, anyway. Kind of a big loss of life. All things considered, only one of 2 battleships lost as a result of the attack on Pearl Harbor, the other being the Oklahoma. I'm not counting the Utah because the Utah was a training ship at the time. The Oklahoma actually was raised and sunk after the war, 1946, en route back to I think it was Puget Sound for fixing. So you cannot take out the USS Massachusetts due to NDA, or did they lift it? Nope, I am under NDA ad nauseum, because the NDA that I'm under is the Super Test NDA, not the Community Contributor NDA. The Community Contributors actually have a date at which they can talk about ships that they're testing or that they're reviewing, because that's their job. As a Super Tester, I get to say it's a ship, it floats, it shoots, it sinks, and is pretty. And that is the extent of what I get to say. I fully realize that that is probably about the single most frustrating thing to tell somebody. But the reality of the situation is I'm not interested in losing a boatload of money to try and give people information. First salvo out, and we missed the Fiji. Arizona is an interesting ship in that, okay, I'm detected, so somebody do, thank you. Speeding up or slowing down? He is slowing down. And stopping. Well, we got a hit. Maybe we'll get some more out of that one. Well, we got some more. Interesting that the ribbons are playing over my detailed ribbons. That's never a good sign. Okay, so key things to take away from playing this ship versus other ships, well, other U.S. battleships specifically. This ship's main battery is pretty accurate, all things considered. However, it is not a sniper rifle. So that's something to keep in mind. Oh, that's gonna be painful. Really? That's it? 7 grand? Huh. I would have kind of expected more, but Graf Spee can be kind of trolly. Also looks like he's slowing her down a little bit. No, it doesn't look like it. He is. Buddy, are you threatening? Dear team. Spotting mechanics. Very important to playing this game well. I know he's over there roughly somewhere, but without firm spotting, I really don't want to waste the salvo. Yes, the bomb that sank the Arizona, as well as actually many of the battleships that got hit by bombs, were converted 16-inch shells or 410mm shells from, there's Prince... Graf Spee is still over there somewhere. Was a modified 410mm shell. Oh, hello, Colorado. Sorry, buddy. Okay. What do we have to shoot at? Well, we've got a Kagero to shoot at. That's what we've got to shoot at. That's what we're gonna shoot at. We're gonna try... Really? He's invisible. Varish, please. Have anything else that I can shoot at? I got a North Carolina that I can shoot at. That's gonna be worth it. I was gonna say, how am I not detected right now? So... I'll buy it. 5K. Could have been way better than that, but it is what it is. So at tier 8, the ship has the added problem of not really being overly durable against anything with 16-inch guns. Of which pretty much every battleship at this tier has. Well, we got hit by something. I don't know what it was. We'll put shots out at him again. We'll keep charging through here. On the upside, the guns, you know, they're plenty accurate. They do decent damage when you do get hits with them. It's just a matter of getting those hits and lining them up. Why be a CC or a super tester? Why not just be a CC? Mostly because there are differences. I get to see things long before the community contributors ever get to see them. And I get a direct impact on the game that way. So... personally, I think that the community contributors do a very valuable job, and nothing to take away from them on that. But ultimately, I think the greater impact is from being a super tester as opposed to being a community contributor. That's just my opinion. Yeah. I'm kind of anticipating there being a destroyer at, like, point-blank range when I come around the end of this island, but... I would like to shoot at this Prince Eugen, but... Excuse me, phone? I don't think so. I should probably be paying attention to... Yep, I'm detected now. Fiji, 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 we made you out of clay. Fiji, 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 with you I'd like to play... Good night! Good night. Arizona! Dev Strike Machine! Trying to... I had exit navigation, there we go. Now we don't have to worry about my cell phone saying crazy things. The nice part about Arizona is, you know, we're relatively stealthy, all things considered. Parting salvo there at the Prince Eugen. Hoping for another kill, but not. We got one overpen. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna keep turning out and away. And I would love screw it. There's a North Carolina over there as well. I don't want to be. That's the Eagle, by the way. No, I don't think we're going to get anything off the Graf Spee there. Oh, 3K, I suppose. So the Eagle is what's shooting at us there. Why is the USS Iowa a Citadel magnet? It's a very good question. I don't think it's necessarily that the Iowa is such a massive Citadel magnet, so much as that she gets a fairly decent number of Citadels herself. Go away, Eagle! Holy cow, that is annoying. And he's just at that annoying... I see you. Yeah, we're just gonna keep turning away, because... Go away! Eagle, the most annoying ship in the game. We're so dead, it's not even funny. There's no way that those two battleships are not paying attention to me. Really? That's it? That's it? He's got torpedoes incoming if we're not careful. Well, there's the torpedoes. So slam on the brakes and turn. Kagero torpedoes from the other side are pretty much a guarantee. And there's our death. Well, we gave it our best. Oh, man. Hello, Little Will. What's happening? Ranked destroyed my fun, so I stopped. Yeah, well, ranked is kind of one of those things. So, our whole team is still, like... What are these guys doing? Just... There's not been anything over in that cap forever, so I don't know what the heck they're doing over there. Anyway. Well, that's an interesting camo. I forgot that this camo existed. I do have this camo for Bismarck. I actually have the broken one where it's got holes everywhere. It's kind of cool. What is my favorite baseball team? I don't have a favorite baseball team because I don't really watch baseball. Akatsuki next? Maybe. We'll see. Oy. Let me just throw the screen around again. We've got plenty of time to play a number of different ships, so I'm not real keen on being too aggressive with one or the other, so we got plenty of time. Plenty of time. Okay. Back here. Remember, Iowa can't be too good or the Russian server will get upset and demand a nerf. Actually, it was probably influence from the Russian server that got... Wow, this is a dead Bismarck. Anyway. It was actually probably more likely that influence from the Russian server is what brought in the changes to the Iowa, because they're just as frustrated with how it performed as we were. Believe it or not, they don't hate U.S. ships over there. At least that's my understanding. Let's see, you answered that question. Do you have a bot for your channel? I don't have a bot for my channel. At least not to my knowledge. In fact, I'm not even sure. I am about as... I'm Twitch illiterate, we'll just say that. I have, like, zero knowledge of making Twitch legit. Okay, it's not historic either. Our gunnery training was excellent in World War II. Well, there was a lot of, there's actually a lot of really good evidence to suggest that the U.S. had probably some of the best trained crew of World War II, but we'll leave that one up for consideration. As far as, you know, how they did, I think the U.S. performed quite admirably during World War II. I think outside of a couple of issues at the very, very early onsets of World War II, you know, Samar, a couple of other ones, Coral Sea, I think for the most part they did pretty dang good. I spent 20 to 30 games to get to rank 10 and took a break before all my hairs turned gray. No kidding. Play the Eugen next, please. I don't know. We played it last week during the stream, so we'll see. We got plenty of time. Well, we've got a couple of favorites in the live stream, so. Oh my. That was some awful accuracy. I think I would have shot at the New Mexico, which is... We're gonna end up losing this. I just have a feeling. Why are you shooting HE at a broadside Colorado? That's a good question. Okay. It's sad when they sold the Arizona in-game, they did not donate any of the funds to the Arizona Memorial Foundation that pays for the upkeep of the mast and cut superstructure at the monument. Yeah, you know, I would like to see Wargaming get a little bit more active with the foundations like that. In my opinion, it would be really good for them to develop that reputation. They've got that reputation, and this is the part that's interesting to me. They have that reputation with tank museums and World of Tanks. Why not the warship museums? Outside of the Texas, have they ever done any? Have they ever done anything that resembles a you know, fundraiser or anything of the sort for warships? I don't know that they have, honestly. Okay. So Eigel is about ready to put the herd on this Bismarck, who is sailing broadside. Laysai. Hey Buff20, how's it going? We learned our lessons after Pearl. I don't know that we did, because it took us a long time to really recover from Pearl Harbor, but... You know, we kind of got put into a situation where all we really had to play with were carriers, which, you know, happened to be the right choice at the end of the day. What cruiser line for somebody that has just starting to play cruisers? I would say that probably the best starter cruiser lines are going to be either the French or the Japanese. They have kind of the best mix of map awareness, gunnery, and versatility. So that's just my opinion. What if instead of secondary guns, you had a bunch of tanks or artillery from World of Tanks? You know, what's interesting about that comment is if you look at the guns... Food for thought, okay? So Harakaze. This Harakaze is using the 12.7 centimeter guns. 127 millimeter guns. The number of tanks in World War II that had this caliber of guns is very small. The vast majority had between 76 and 104-ish in that range. So you're looking at between 3 and 4 inches. There were a couple of them that had larger than that, but for the most part, most of your tanks were going to be around the 75, 76 millimeter, which is 3 inches, 88, which is like 3.5-ish inches, and then 100 millimeters or so, 105 in that range, which is just over 4 inches. So, actually, it would be a nerf to have a whole bunch of tanks on the side of your ship instead of secondaries. So, I think I'll keep my secondaries. The U.S. had the advantage of having the time and the money to train the crews. Well, the other thing, too, is we didn't sacrifice our crews either. There's a lot of very good evidence out there that talks about how the U.S. treated its air crews and how that was a big factor, and how the Japanese treated their air crews and how that was a big factor. And when it came down to, you know, ship quality and stuff like that, the United States, we had much better trained damage control parties because we actually needed to keep our ships afloat. Not that we couldn't afford to replace them, but that we actually needed them because we didn't have all of our fleet really mobilized at the start of the war. Okay, my headset is awfully loud, so we'll get that. What about replacing one battleship turret with a railroad gun? Well, I think, what was it? The Carl Gustav was like an 11-inch gun or so. So I don't know that that would really be, that would really be all that fantastic, but, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I mean, you gotta remember, battleship guns are effing huge. These are 14 inches, right? So that's 356 millimeters in diameter. Think about that for a moment. The average human hand, if you stretch it out with your fingers spread out, the distance between your thumb and the end of your thumb and the end of your pinky is somewhere between 7 and 9 inches in length. So about the width of your hand when you have your fingers outstretched is about the size of a heavy cruiser's main battery. Now double that, and you're going to be somewhere around 16 inches. That's what the USS Iowa and the Iowa class shot, and the North Carolina shot. That is a big freaking shell. I just don't know that. I really don't know that that you're really going to get much wider than that out of some of the railroad guns. I guess some of them had much larger calibers than that, but quite honestly, I think you're better off with what you got because you can carry more rounds, and this is the whole part of the whole reason why the United States stuck with 16-inch guns during World War II, as opposed to going to 18-inch guns and above. It had everything to do with the fact that the ships could carry more ammunition. So, all right. So we've had a request go out. He's not here currently, but we'll entertain him anyway to play the Atlanta. And I really don't know how I feel about this. Atlanta is not my favorite ship in the world to play. Let's look at ditching some... Yeah, we need that. We can ditch the speed flag, though. We're going to get some commander XP. We might as well go all out with it. AA damage, that's fine. HE, that's fine. Reload time of consumables. Send it. Let's go. Collect my container. No. Okay, so Gustav and Dora were 800 millimeters. Okay, so those are definitely larger than anything a battleship ever shot. Which one am I thinking? Oh, I'm thinking of the Paris gun. The Paris gun was like an 11-inch gun. Not overly huge. Legendary Tiger and Tiger 2 had 88 millimeter guns. That's true. Do you also know that the Tiger and the original Tiger and the... Ooh, this is a good map for this. The original Tiger had the same frontal armor as the much hated and loathed US M4 Sherman, and they had the same effective thicknesses. The difference is that the Tiger's front armor plate was nearly vertical, and the Sherman's was actually laid back like 47 degrees or something like that. That gave it a pretty decent effective thickness. There's actually a really good YouTube video. I've been playing a lot of War Thunder tanks, ground forces, for those who are curious, so that's why tanks are kind of an interesting side subject at this point. But they actually did comparisons, and there's a great video out there by the Chieftain, who works for Wargaming and does World of Tanks stuff, but he has a really good video talking about, man, all cruisers. He has a really good video talking about the M4 Sherman and how it wasn't nearly as hated or derided as many people seem to think, and that the tank as a whole was actually a pretty good tank overall. And it's not that the tank was, you know, really prone to fires or anything like that. There was a brief period of time in which the ammunition used was very susceptible to getting started on fire. My interview with what? I posted an interview with Jingles. I wish. Anyway. Well, yeah, okay, so yeah, the Sherman's biggest issue with survivability had to do with the fact that in order to get the dang thing to actually you know, have enough room in the turret to engage, like have a radio and all that stuff, they had to gouge out a portion of the interior of the turret, and so there was a weak spot at the front. It would be the you're facing the front of the tank. It would be the left-hand side of the turret, or what in the United States we'd call the passenger side of the turret. If you're in the UK, it's the driver's side. Anyway. Or if you drive on the wrong side of the road, it's the driver's side. But there's more to the Sherman equation than just we built a crap ton of them, so therefore they don't suck. I mean, there is more to it than that. they were a pretty good tank overall. There were definitely far worse tanks built during the war by both sides. Panzer III. Oh, Galissoniere being cheeky. We're just going to stop here and hide behind this island because this is what Atlantas do. And this is actually what a lot of U.S. light cruisers do, so... Hey, you don't have any rudder anymore. That's kind of funny. It's rudderly amazing. Oh, come on, Colorado. Get a little bit closer. And actually, if you guys want to, sometime in the future, I'd be more than happy to suffer through playing some games of War Thunder Ground Forces for y'all's entertainment purposes. Okay, so Atlanta doing Atlanta things, hiding behind an island, shooting at battleships, trying to get fires. One interesting thing to note about my Atlanta captain is I'm actually using my Des Moines captain or my Baltimore captain, so there's not a whole lot to be had in terms of rate of fire, just mostly range. Alright, Mr. Colorado. You're being cheeky, and I appreciate the fact that... What? I appreciate the fact that this Colorado is doing a very good job of evading my 12-second, 13-second flight time shells. It would be nice... Oh, he's backing up now. So, worst tanks in Sherman, most of the British tanks during the war, for sure. Oh boy. That's gonna get, you're gonna get Ether kind of angry and triggered there if you keep that kind of line of thought up. One thing that is conveniently missing from this captain is IFHE, and as you can see, we're paying the problems. 31 shell shatters, not a... Oh, we are doing next to no damage, not even getting any... Part of it's because the shells are hitting the belt and not the superstructure. We'll try and shoot it. No, because the Atlanta's going to be out of range here, or out of yeah, he's behind an island. All right. Well, it's time to go put on our big boy pants. Let's see if we can't go support some stuff. And we're detected. We definitely don't want to be broadside for too long. Also, not a whole lot in the way... Oh, we just lost a battleship. That's never a good sign. Did get a fire there. Still trying... Okay. And not detected because, lol, not enough range to be detected by anything. Oh, boy. So you're playing War Thunder. Some WoW's players have never seen it played. Maybe a WoW's player's familiarization with the War Thunder video. Yeah, I mean, I could, if you really want me to. The only thing to really keep in mind with War Thunder is that the game is really, really finicky. Like, I don't know of a good way of wording it. The game is just overly critical and very frustrating to play if you aren't capable of playing at 110% all the time. Basically, the game is like hyper punishing to anyone who is not like super unicum status. Risks were taken. We survived. There, that, Atlanta's backing up. Our team is just getting absolutely decimated here. Jeez. Well, let's see. Yeah, island armor is best armor. So hopefully, oh, we got him on fire. That's a good sign. Protection go down. Awesome. So there's something in the cap. And we have pretty much the entire cap within our radar range, so... Don't mind if I do. insert meme about Akatsuki. Netty, 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 netty. Why, hello there, Mutsuki. Can we get the double strike? I don't think we're gonna get it, but we're gonna try. Oh, for Pete's sakes, fall out of the sky. Really? Well, we managed to secure the cap here and take out a destroyer, so we're getting some work done. We're just gonna continue to sail off in this here direction. Okay. I guess we'll see if we can't get some good AP hits off on this Atlanta. 5-inch AP at this range is actually going to do decent amounts of damage. Just need to make sure we get hits. We're going to switch back to HE because he's wiggling a little too much. And we got a Colorado that's coming. We got plenty of health. We got torpedoes, so I mean, it's not like it's the end of the world if we get close to this Colorado, especially if he's not anticipating me being here. All good signs, in my opinion. Bro, do you even War Thunder? I do indeed War Thunder. Occasionally. I am detected. I am no longer detected. We're just going to keep engaging this Atlanta until we can no longer engage the Atlanta. Colorado's still coming in close. And down goes our Pensacola. Great! Well, let's see here. Can I get derped? Colorado is going the wrong way! We'll, try and sneak over his... Oh, we're detected. By that Pensacola, nonetheless. Was really hoping that he would, the Colorado would come the other way. Why, hello there, Mr. Pensacola. Achtung! Weiter geht's! Let's go. And I think they sold the... Yeah, they sold the Atlanta for way too much money at one point in time. The only hope that we have of taking out this Colorado is pure troll luck. And at these ranges, you know, the key is going to be praying that he can't aim worth a dang, and that we can just out-DPM him. Sailing broadside, because, yeah, that's the only way we're going to survive this engagement. Shores is trying to get in. So the key to this is, as a light cruiser, you really don't want to be at close ranges to to any battleship for that fact. You don't want to present a profile in which his guns can do, you know, max damage to you. So we're not going to give him our broadside again this time. We're actually going to be as trolly as possible here, praying we don't get randomly deleted. Nice. So we're making it work. We've gotten the WASD hacks a-rolling. Dealing with another Atlanta over there. Ow! Stop it! Well, we got a fire on him, at least. We're gonna start turning again. We got 2 fires on him, at least. We've got to turn because this Shores is being a huge pain in the butt. And that's... Goodness gracious! Yeah, we're done now. Well, we're making the best out of what we got. It's a crap sandwich, but somebody's got to eat it, so... Be nice if my repair was up and I wasn't about to die. Yeah. Well, we almost broke the... Anyway. Okay. USA produced over 50,000 Shermans. I think they're adequate for sure, but numbers made the difference. Yes, yeah, I would agree. The thing with the Sherman is that while they made a lot of them, it wasn't that they were bad tanks either. They were very capable tanks for what they were. It's just by the time that the end of the war came, the 75mm gun was really long in the tooth, and that's why the U.S. moved on to the 76. And no, I'm not talking about the Firefly Sherman one, but yeah. Anyway, sad to note, we were fourth on their team. Anyway, get the Atlanta in the right position, and it's a meme worthy as a Kotnik. I would agree. Boise will be good as a tier 7 premium. I've not seen much about the Boise, but being as it is a Brooklyn class, I am beyond super excited to have it in the game. About friggin' time. I just hope it stays in the game as Boise and not as what they sold her to the Pan-American nations as. I think it was Argentina. Okay. Wargaming is putting the USS Missouri back. Wow said something in the new episode. All but patches Q&A. Oh. Good. I mean, War Thunder stream when? I don't know. If we really want it, we could go crossover into War Thunder at the end of this if that's what you guys really want to do. I'm game with that. I mean, that's up to you guys. You guys drive this stream as much as I drive it. Today is Thursday. Why do we have 200% XP? Don't know what this is about. Let's play Imperator Nikolai. We will break out glorious Imperial Russian Navy battleship. It is great balance boat, laced with only the best vodka. Atlantis7272 over on Twitch is asking, do you believe that the game will become more interesting when new boats follow? I don't know that it will. I think one of the hard parts about World of Warships for me is that World of Warships as a game mode hasn't changed any since open beta, well, closed beta. Really hasn't changed much since alpha. And it really is time for them to start offering different game modes that aren't necessarily co-op. You know, we've had this domination mode and standard battle mode forever. Why not something like a capture the flag mode or something like that, where at the middle of the map is a flag that you can grab to bring back to your base. And you can do these relays and then give people respawns, like 1 or 2 respawns, so that they can, influence the game. Why not give us, destroyer versus destroyer combat or something interesting like that? It's just, I get so used to playing in random battles all the time, and ranked battles really aren't that appealing to me. I mean, they're more frustrating because it's nothing more than a glorified random battle. Clan Wars, Clan Wars is great. I'm glad that the option's there for people who want that, but I don't know. The whole competitive thing gets real boring after a while. It'd be nice to have a much more fun mode. In Sun Galley, a free-for-all mode, I'd be game with that, but I think it would be a bit chaotic with boats. But it very well could be the reason why they're pushing scenarios so hard. I don't know that, I don't know. We'll see. But country versus country battles would be good. Have a Japanese versus US set a tier. That would be kind of interesting. Mine laying as with destroyers? I don't think so. Mines are... If you're really interested in playing with mines, go play Navy Field and its implementation of mines. You will learn that they are by far the single most annoying thing in the world. They are just as effective at taking out teammates as they are at taking out, well, anything else. So, for me, not what I would list as ideal candidate for implementation into the game. Especially since the only way to remove them was with, I think you had to have a light cruiser. And The whole concept just didn't work out terribly well. Okay, so Isakaze, Shenyang, those are the two destroyers we probably need to worry about the most, especially with torpedoes. The G 101 and Dertsky are in the south, so that means that both the Shenyang and the Isakaze are most likely over here. De Guetron. Ah, there's the Shenyang. Way underled the De Guetron, or he accelerated really fast. That's sad. Isakaze 10k out. Man. Yamato versus 1 tier 10 USCV and 2 tier 8 CVs. That's not even fair. Like, that whole naval engagement is not fair. I would much rather see that the U.S. Center Force, or not the Center Force, the Center Force of the Japanese Navy at Leyte go up against Halsey's fleet. I think that would be an interesting battle from a historical standpoint. Ooh, the Gi 101 torpedo to friendly Phoenix. That's kind of interesting. Oh, come back here. So we're kind of maneuvering off into an area where support is going to be severely limited, and we're about to lose our own G101. So here's to hoping. G101, all you need to do is spot, homie. Or burn to death. That works too. Not what I wanted you to do, but I guess that's what we're going to get stuck with. And now we're going to turn and run because we have 0 support. And I legitimately mean 0 support. Oh, look! I'm on fire! Yeah, we're going to burn our damage control party on that right away. Meanwhile, traversing our guns. They need to open scenarios to player versus player. See, and that's what I'm talking about. Give me a more objective-based scenario system that involves some player versus player elements. There's no reason that some of these PvP elements can't be put into the game as a player versus player thing. That's my opinion on it, but we'll see what ends up happening. But that's really my biggest gripe with this game is it's so easy to get burnt out because you only have really one play mode. And while it's fun, it's not like this play mode can sustain you indefinitely. It's definitely something that the play modes have their limitations, and you do eventually get extremely bored playing them. That's why I take so many breaks. Admittedly, I wish there was a better way for me to communicate those breaks to you guys. That way you're not left in the dark like, did Peacekeeper eat a bullet or something crazy? Hopefully that never happens, but that's always a real possibility. So we're going to keep sailing away from this because, you know, the Shenyang, he is a threat, but he's out far enough and he's focused on Kawachi. Come on, guns, reload quicker. Yes, I have sunken teammates before. I've done it on a live stream, actually. Accidentally. With a torpedo, of course. Please die. Oh, so glorious. Oh, over pens for days. I'd almost be better off shooting HE at that stupid thing than dealing with anything else. Stop being a wuss in charge. There's an Isaac. There are 3 destroyers over here. Or at least 2 destroyers. The last thing I am going to do is entertain this idea of YOLO rushing towards a bunch of destroyers with 0 team support. Nope. Missing. Maybe 1. Yay! We'll go see if we can't get the Shenyang, but I'm really not holding my breath for it. Who knows what that Isakaze's doing, too. Oh, go away. Go away with your HE spamming nonsense. Isakaze nearly dead. Ooh. Be nice for him to come back. Well, we'll continue to try and support if we can here. Be nice to know where the Shenyang is actually at. There he is. Tovarish, it is time. Uh-oh. We need to get our carry game on because it appears that our team is melting faster than we can get kills. Mostly because we have not done very good job, not enough vodka drink today. That looks like good. Oh my. Nope, gonna be behind him a little bit. And over him, apparently. Okay. It's enough of your nonsense, Mr. Orion. It's time for us to play. Let us play a game. I bring vodka, you bring tea and crumpets. Let's go. We're not doing a very good job of seal clubbing, and that de Guetrouon is being super freaking annoying as well. I was gonna say, we're gonna get any hits on that Orion. Oh, Isakaze straight ahead. Something to pay attention to. Hopefully the Svetlana can get his glorious balance lances into Mr. Isakaze. Meanwhile, we go after Mr. Orion and get into brawling range, and we bring glorious Soviet Imperial Russian bias. Soon to be Soviet bias, of course. And yes, I am running fire prevention on this captain, for what it's worth. Was really hoping that we would get more than that. Let's traverse guns the other way. I like this idea. Nope, niet. Mr. Orion is... We're gonna slow down. Because I know the de Guetrouon has launched torpedoes. And Mr. Orion is giving us the balance boat! Ouch! Go! Get us some kills! At this point, we're just going to turn in and pray that those torpedoes... No, we're dead. 5-1 says we're dead. My armor says no. Bad capitalist fascist. Go! Achtung! 14 seconds. If we can survive for 14 more seconds, we might be able to influence this battle some more. Nope, we're dead. Gosh, dang it. Greek Navy doubt it. They're pushing for Italian and Russians now. Okay. We're only missing Russian battleships, so I would much rather see the Italian Navy in this game than the Russian battleships, but that's just me. I'm just saying that will be good, because in Europe server we have a lot of Greeks, and they want to see, such as the Tier 9 DD Etos, Fletcher, some battleships of World War I. Okay? If they took the grand battles from World of Tanks, added 30 vs 30 and different map objectives for warships, it would be very popular. It would be, kind of. I think that sounds interesting to me. I would like to see larger games. I don't know if this game engine can support it or not. Be a pansy and shoot HE. Okay. Pray to RNGesus for German dispersion. Ugh. Yeah, those DDs are getting work for the red team. Well, they basically carried their red team, so... When you're against battleship... Oh, yes. You take breaks, never realized it. Really? How... there's been twice in the last 3 months that I have taken a week-long break from the game. Ugh. Ryan is a great ship. It is the only ship I have a solo warrior in. Oh, cool. I think there would be a German carrier line just made of concepts. I don't know if there would be, and I would certainly hope it would take a back seat to... I would hope that it would take a back seat to British carriers, but that's just me. We're going to leave this battle. We don't have any reason to hang around. It's okay, game. You can go ahead and exit now. Speaking of British things, let's play... We've not played Warspite in a while, so we will break out the Warspite. We are going to grab my captain, though, from the hood. This is not particularly my favorite battleship in the game to play, but it is. How did my car do in the race? Ah, good question. I ended up beating my co-driver, which is rare, and took first place in the class and 7th of like 110 overall. So, if Italian ships are called pasta boats and Italian tanks are called spaghetti wagons. Nice. USS Massachusetts? But what about the Massachusetts? I can't play it on the live stream. Of course we would end up in a tier 8 match. That's pretty much tier 6 matchmaking to the core. What's a good build for an Eagle captain? I think if you take your French cruiser captain and throw him on there, pretty much nailed it. That's a good build. That's the build that I ran. I think it was my Henriquet captain. Works out really well, believe it or not. We do not have the premium spotting aircraft. Fantastic. I also am not in a secondary build on this, at least to my knowledge. 6.6k. Yeah, definitely not in a secondary build. Warspite, conveniently sitting out of the water by about, well, I don't know, what, a meter or so? Jeez. Dirt track is fun. I would love to do some dirt tracking. I think it would be a lot of fun to be able to slip around, but I doubt I'd be any good at it. I don't have a French cruiser, so which skills? Oh boy. I would start off with... I always start off with preventative maintenance, and then go to expert marksman, then superintendent's less important. I would say basic firing training, concealment expert. You could probably throw advanced firing training on there if you want. Superintendent, and then adrenaline rush. You know, that build sounds awfully familiar. Sounds exactly like my U.S. Battleship build. That's because it pretty much is. I'll have to. We'll go look at Eagle. I don't want to play Eagle. It's not. It's not my favorite ship in there to play. So I don't know that we'll play it. But we're breaking out a lot of battleships here. But just in time to learn something about playing Warspite. That's the hope, anyway. Take the Stang and demo derby it. No. Why would I do something silly like that? My Mustang is way too nice to demo derby. King George V shooting at me with HE. Missing me with HE, mind you. Meanwhile, it's time for colonization. Yeah, turn broadside. There you go. How about 10k? Because accurate guns say lol to you. Taking fire from I don't know what. Not the Prince. There must be in Atlanta. Oh, Sims. We're out of range of Sims torps, so I'm not worried about that. Atlanta. Back up for me. Nope. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. Nope. Not even a citadel. All that. All that. Perfect shot. He was stationary. The rounds were coming in and he was stationary. All I had to do is put them in place. Didn't happen. Alright, well. Maybe the Prince Eugen will enjoy being colonized. The ship has supposedly good accuracy. Personally, I find the accuracy to be really lackluster. But that's just me trying mostly to piss off all of the hardcore Royal Navy fans. It's because it's a Stang. For the record, the Mustang has never once tried to play itself off as a quote-unquote muscle car. That is the aftermarket trying to push that narrative. The original Ford Mustang was sold as a pony car, and that distinction is important. Oh no, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna turn the other way. Well, boop. We're gonna turn our guns the other way. So one of the things with these turrets is they do turn kind of slow, so the more pre-planning that you can do with them, the better. The other thing that's nice about this is by pre-planning this turn, we can actually bring our guns to bear on targets a little bit more effectively. I don't know that we're going to get much out of those shots, but we might get a hit or two. Again, continuing our turnaround here. Oh, we got 2 hits out of that. Continuing our turn here. In real life, how would have Warspite fared against King George V? I think they both would have probably detonated each other. No, honestly, I honestly don't know how they would have fared in real life against each other. I personally would not have been overly thrilled to be on board either ship if I were members of the respective navies. That's gonna hurt that Bismarck. Yup. Hey, buddy. Hope you didn't need those hit points. Continue to finish off the Bismarck. Good job. Personally, I think of the two, my bet would have been on King George V. It's a little bit newer, it's a little bit more modern. As a result, there are some distinct advantages that it enjoys. Richelieu, that's enough of that. We're just gonna keep sailing off this way. We'll keep sailing this way and try and get back to our cap. You gonna hit? Nothing. Not one hit. Well, that's just rude. Woo! Japanese boat. Quit putting holes in my boat! Really need to support this Błyskawica too, but... Atsuharu! This is gonna be a rough game. Again, we're gonna try and focus this Bugioni over here in the hopes that maybe, just maybe, we can save the Błysk. Nope, our Błysk is dead. So here's to hoping. Shells are moving in slow. Yes, I do think that King George V would be more than capable. What a lot of people don't understand is that the British had particularly bad shells during World War II. For pretty much all of their guns, it wasn't until the end of World War II that the 15-inch guns actually had halfway decent shells. But the best shells that they ever had were the 14-inchers. I don't think that the 16-inch guns ever had a very good shell type to them, which is part of the reason why the Rodney and the Nelson were so mediocre. In my opinion. So, again, trying to focus down some cruisers over here. Give me some good hits. Or just overpens because law reasons. We definitely want to pay attention to those torpedo bombers because torpedo bombers are a bad day waiting to happen. Looks like they're going after the Benson. That's fine. Go for it. Ah! Give me a Budioni. Thank you. On to the next. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Oh, we'll just go ahead and focus down the Hatsu then. If he's gonna be this close. Nope, I'm just kidding. Nope, I'm not just kidding. Finish off the Atlanta. Graf Spee, kill him. Kill him! Kill him! Why would you not focus down the nearly dead Atlanta? Forget the Hatsuharu, finish the Atlanta. Thank you. Did he miss? He missed the Atlanta, are you kidding me? This is why we can't have nice things. I feel obligated to point that out. Oh, come on! He had one job. That's it. One job. All he had to do, man. Okay. Hello, Tani. I would say that British battleships on average would have lost to their counterparts in other nations most of the time. No argument for me on that one. It's not to say that British battleships were bad, I just think that they really were underperforming given the reputation that many give them. And I realize that that's going to piss off a lot of the British viewers. I'm not trying to say that because I think the ships were bad. I just think that they were compromises built for a warfare time frame that the world had moved past. So, that Atlanta is actually somewhere off in that range. And give me some hits. Come on. I can't believe that he missed that. Can't believe that. Out of the British battleships compared to U.S. battleships? Oh, man. Like, are we talking, like, U.S. standards versus the Queen Elizabeths? I think the U.S. standards would have... It would have been a much closer fight than I think this game would definitely have allowed it to be. I think in this game it would have been pretty much solely in the favor of the U.S. battleships. But in real life, I think it's a little bit more difficult to really judge. I think that a good case could be made for both. Nope, gonna miss. Overpens for days. Let it piss off the Brits. They treat the Hood like it's a religion. Well, there's... You gotta give them credit. I mean, it is a very famous ship. Not for the right reasons, but it is a very famous ship. For being the pride of the Royal Navy, you know, I think she kind of got her poo pushed in a little bit. And that Richelieu is dead. Boy, that Benson's in for a nasty surprise. Oh, absolutely, Jeff. Absolutely. There's no way that the British would have been able to maintain the same level of investment that the U.S. did for its capabilities, given the wartime economy. But the U.S. then used those 110-pound propellant bags for more than just the 16-inch guns. That they used them actually for a lot of different things, just simplified the U.S. logistics chain real quick-like. I want to know where this Atlanta is, personally. He is completely AWOL. Oh, there he is. Can we sneak the kill? Yep. We even got a Citadel out of it. Oh man, this could be rough though because we've got incoming aircraft. How did they harvest so much silk? I don't know that they necessarily harvested silk per se, but had a lot of really good trade partners. Oh no, you put holes in my boat, you jerk. Please continue to focus down the torpedo bombers that are, ow, actually a threat. Gonna get one. Nope! Munched them. Nice. That, my friends, is how you handle that nonsense. Turn in, slow down. Turn in, slow down. We are gonna slow down here to see if... Yes. Maybe we can get some shots off on him, but, I think that's going to be the end of our involvement in this battle, because I think the Fuso is just a little far out for... Oh, we got a random Citadel while he was angled! Nice. Well, Queen Elizabeth, let's roll just a little bit thicker here. At least we got an Atlanta to help us out now, but that engagement on that Fuso, he's definitely no longer in this fight. The US had more money in R&D than some navies had, period. That's why you see internal armor belts, super heavy shells, etc. Yeah, there's quite a lot of advancements that the US is particularly well noted for. Well, the thing with silk is that when silk burns, the embers don't burn hot enough to actually ignite powder. Cotton will. That's why... Okay, so when a battleship fires here, we'll do something. We'll get the guns traversed. Watch after you see the shots go out on these. Watch the end of the barrels. You'll see the white cloud of smoke there. That was actually a nitrogen charge or air charge used to try and blow out the embers out of the end of the barrel to prevent flashbacks into the turret. And poor Atlanta. Anywho. Atlantis over on Twitch is asking to play Tirpitz or Cleveland. We will probably play the Cleveland. I would like to see in-game the USS Eldridge, aka Reese Dion. Well, the USS Eldridge has an even more interesting past than that. One which you could say is quite, what's the word that I'm looking for here? Invisible? I'm serious, if you ever do come to California, I will let you take the hobby stock out. They all race at Santa Maria Speedway. Oh, cool. Thanks for the offer. Britain were the only nation who participated in the entire war from start to finish. No other nation did. I seem to recall the states were fashionably late to both World War I and World War II. That's true. The United States was intentionally late to both of the... Well, it was intentionally late to World War I. The entire premise was that we were not getting involved in affairs that were supposedly only the affairs of those in Europe. And it was only after much poking and prodding that the United States got involved in World War I, and it was only after Pearl Harbor that they got involved in World War II. On to the Cleveland! Want to buy the USS Porter if they ever make it. As in William D. Porter? How did what happen? How did the Eldridge have an invisible history? As Moon Puma says, secret experiment. No, the USS Eldridge, if you look up the Philadelphia project, you'll get a lot about a project of trying to bend light around a ship using magnets. How does it work? I don't know. It's magic. Anyway, basically, nothing happened, but there's a lot of conspiracy theories surrounding it, stating basically that the ship disappeared, reappeared in, let's see, where did it take off? Was it Brooklyn that it took off from? I think it was Brooklyn. It ended up in Norfolk, and then ended up teleporting back. So there's a lot of conspiracy theories about the Philadelphia project and what happened. There were claims that people were, like, half embedded in the decks, and... oh, man, it really is, interesting and almost meme-worthy. William D. Porter would be a fun Fletcher to have. For those who don't know about the William D. Porter story, they called it the Unlucky Destroyer. During the president's trip on the USS Iowa to the Tehran Conference, the the William D. Porter was ordered to do a mock, like, testing of, like, a torpedo drill, and accidentally launched a live torpedo at the USS Iowa. Basically, the William D. Porter was held at gunpoint, and by gunpoint, I don't mean, like, dudes on deck with M1 Garands, I mean, like, 16-inch guns from the USS Iowa. Was held at gunpoint for the remainder of the trip until the crew could be court-martialed. I think they ended up actually, I think they ended up not charging the captain with anything criminally, but, but at the end of the day, it's still kind of funny. And then to add insult to injury, the William D. Porter also depth charged itself, not once, but twice. They were trying to drop torpedoes on something, or not torpedoes, trying to drop depth charges on a submarine and ended up having some detonate shallow. There was one that detonated as a result of falling off the back and having a, like, in bad weather, and then somehow the fuses were set in it, and it ended up actually going off. The William D. Porter has a really interesting history. The Navy's unlucky destroyer, as it were. So here we are in the USS Cleveland, trying to cleave our way through the enemy lines here, and by cleave our way through I mean run away, because we are being focus fired and have no heal. Be nice to get behind a solid object like an island and disappear, but don't know that it's gonna happen. So we'll just keep WASD hacking. Yeah, 16-inch guns, stick them up. I can't imagine what it must have felt like to be in their position, knowing that we do not know what happened to the USS Eldridge. Remember that it's confidential. Actually, the USS Eldridge was scrapped. We know exactly what happened. Or no, the Eldridge is still around. You can still visit her, if I remember correctly. Somebody do a quick research on that. I'm 99% sure that she's still around and can be visited to this day. Okay. Yeah. So the president at the time definitely, I think, was more sympathetic to the cause than the captain of the Iowa was. But, oh, it was sent to Greece. Yeah. So they sent her to Greece, but we got her back, actually, I thought. Or maybe she's a museum ship in Greece. I can't remember. I have a hard time keeping track of all the various ships that we've either sold or gotten back. Hard to keep track of some of those things because there's so many ships that the U.S. sold at the end of the war. This New Mexico is in YOLO mode. Should probably tell him to get back. Not that I'm anticipating it helping much, but we're going to try and get in range of this King George V. So that we can start burning. I think that was a big overlead. Yep, it was. Hopefully we can get ourselves a nice patch of island here that we can... Yes, perfect. So now we can start tradition. Yeah, how about 5K? Holy cow. Finally caught a stream. Welcome. Glad you could make it. Hopefully this stream is entertaining for you guys. I'm easily entertained. I drive a Mustang, so, you know, that's basically all that the Mustang is easy entertainment. Oh, King George V, you are going to regret burning that damage control party. How about fire, Tovarish? Please, say hello to my little friends. He's turning away, he's pissed. I don't blame him. Continue to burn, though. That's all that I ask of you. Miyoko... Eldridge was scrapped by Greece? How dare they? So rude. Well, I don't blame them, though. I mean, with all the history of that ship, I'm not sure I'd want it floating around either. Probably try and embed my crew somewhere in the middle of a, you know, of a deck or something like that. Kamikaze! Stinkweed? That sounds familiar. What's my AA gun range? 6K. Goodbye to your aircraft. Prefer to get the torpedo bombers over anything else. Okay, continuing to engage here. We do have that King George V over there we do need to be cautious of. Also Colorado. Those two ships together, very, 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 very potent combo. Hello, Mr. Mahan. Wah, wah, wah. King George V getting trolled pretty heavily there. So we're gonna get back to moving forward. Meanwhile, we're going to engage Mr. Colorado. Colorado in this ship is probably not something that I would, at this range, is not something that I would want to be broadside to if I can avoid it. Oh, bugger off. That's why. Get me the kill. That's all I care about. That Mahan is really annoying. Good on him for using AP, though. That's a unique thing. You don't see that very often anymore. I am having enough of your crap. Let's get our point across to him. Hey, Super Crew just donated $5 through the Super Chat. Thank you very much, Super Crew. Appreciate it. All right, let's I didn't see, was there a message with that or just hey, thanks. Doesn't look like there's a message. Please play Akatsuki. Yes, my lord. All right. Okay. Oh, we're gonna get screwed out of this kamikaze kill. Yep, we just did. Had one job, just to detect the kamikaze. Well, at this point, it's I don't know if we're gonna survive this. The Bayern could very well put a severe hamper on our day. Ooh, that would be nice if we could get over there. Don't think we're gonna get there, though. If I could get to the Akatsuki's smoke, that would be amazing. Hello, I see you have airplanes. No. Goodbye. Ah, he sailed him. He shot him away. I think we're gonna be okay. Woo! And we get a kill. We'll start him on fire so somebody else can get the kill. Akatsuki's everybody's favorite destroyer. She's just an elephant lady. She's just one of the best elephant ladies, too. Could not think of a better ship. Yeah. Let's continue to sail this way. The smoke is useful, but ultimately going to be short-lived. And without more of it, we just need to keep our WASD and keep our speed up. Trying to avoid this New York if at all possible. And then we'll have to drop off detection here before we make this turn back around. All that work we did on the Kamikaze, too. I think this is going to be one of those matches which, if we get any kills, it's going to be a miracle. But we're going to overload the match with damage. And the match is actually going to end probably before we get that kill. So, unless I'm the next death. Oh no! Shores is down. We got a Shores down, we got a Shores down in the city. Oh. Found the breakwater there. Whoop. Burn, baby, burn! Someone get him to within a couple hundred hit points so that my fire kills him. Please. That's all I ask. I want to kill so bad. Get it! Get it! Get it! No! He didn't get the kill! Are you kidding me? Why didn't those 2 torpedoes from the CV damage my Warspite? Because I turned into them before they could arm. Yeah. So that was always nice. Hey, do you know the history of the USS Nevada? I do know that the USS Nevada was present at Pearl Harbor, and she beached herself after taking some damage to prevent her loss, and they used her as a floating AA barge for the remainder of the battle. Actually, if I remember correctly, I think there were a couple of Medal of Honor winners that were on board. Could be wrong about that. USS Colorado was bad luck. It was hit by a Marine short artillery round at the Lingayen Gulf, Philippines in the middle of the afternoon with no clouds in sight. 1945, 18 killed, 51 badly hurt. The Colorado actually took a lot of shell fire, well, the Colorado class in general took a lot of damage over the course of their service. Was it the West Virginia that was parked off of, what was it? I can't remember what it was, but it was off of one, maybe it was Okinawa. Was it? It might have been Okinawa that parked off of and took some shell damage. Vidus over on Twitch says hello. Hello, Vidus. I hope I said your name right. Probably not. I'm terrible with names. Alright, so we are at the halfway point. We are going to go ahead and we're going to look at the stream schedule for those who are just checking in. Thank you for checking me out. Our next live stream is going to be the 15th of May at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Of course, if you guys are looking for information on a Discord server to hang out in, Definitely feel free to check out the description to this video. There is a link to my Discord server there. It is horribly unorganized, something that I hope to change in the not too distant future. But nonetheless, there's a lot of people there. If you need help with something, with a particular ship, there's a lot of people there with a lot of experience. They can provide their own experience. If you're looking for people to division up with, there's room there. Plus, we got voice chat servers there as well. If you are looking to donate money, there is also a link in there for that. By no means feel obligated to do so. I do this for fun, not for money. So, anyway, there's that information. Let's kick back to this. We are going to break out the Elephant Lady. We gotta keep going. Akatsuki! We're gonna change her camo, though. She doesn't want that camo. She doesn't need that camo. She needs a much more elephant camo. She is a hunter, and therefore deserves a hunter camo. Yes, that'll work. Onward! Now, Hindenburg, please, just bought it. My first tier 10. Hindenburg is a fantastic one. They should add the USS Utah as a premium because she had torpedoes? Believe it or not, all the U.S. standard battleships up to, I think it was the New Mexico class, I think it was the last class to have torpedoes, had torpedoes. They were all below water, and Wargaming will never add them, and they were removed. So, yeah, lots of battleships. Didn't even look at the tiering. 8, tier 8 battle. Sashio, not a problem. Shiratsu might be, and Shan is probably the biggest one. Utah herself, Utah was a training ship, so during Pearl Harbor in World War II. I mean, it would be interesting to add the Florida class in as like a tier 3 or something like that, but I don't know. Hey, Peacekeeper, does Nebraska have anything like Cow Pal Police Activities League? We have what's called the, oh, crap. What is it called? Explorers, I think? Police Explorers? Kind of like the Boy Scouts, but more oriented towards futures and law enforcement. Anyway. Pre-war USN torpedoes sucked. Better to save weight. Haha. The torpedoes used on those ships were nowhere near what was built. They were the was it Bless and yeah, I can't even remember what the name of it. They were not the same thing as the Mark 14 or Mark 15 torpedoes. Bless and Levitt, I think, is the company that made them. They were one of the first companies that made torpedoes viable. And they were really, 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 really short-ranged. Yeah, explorers, yeah. I was never an explorer, I was a Boy Scout. Ah. Okay, so here be Ort is asking over on Twitch, which premium battleship should he buy? Bliss and Levitt, thank you. As for which battleship you should buy, premium battleship, there's a lot of really good premium battleships out there. I would hate to recommend just one and then have you buy it and then be disappointed. I mean, there's a lot of really good options out there. If you're big into U.S. battleships and you're looking for a high tier one, Alabama is a fantastic ship. If you're looking for more mid-tier stuff and you're a big USM battleship fan, obviously Arizona is pretty strong. Dunkirk is strong. She's a good ship. We're detected. That's going to be Shiratsu. Guaranteed to be Shiratsu. Yep. I'm half tempted to charge Shiratsu, but with my torpedoes being out... New Orleans. Run! Yeah. Shira. Gotta be careful here with how we deploy our smoke. New Orleans obviously has radar, so we could probably bait it out. Let's bait it out. Come on. Yep, there's the radar. Steering got damaged, but your radar was worthless. Wop, wop, wop. So we're just gonna keep running here. Mostly because there's really no reason not to. Quit putting holes in my butt! Ouch. Okay, so now we're gonna play the running game because that's about all we can really do. I doubt the New Orleans is gonna come any close. Oh, it was a Sashio. It wasn't Shiratsu. It was a Sashio. Nelson is a pretty good battleship, but that's a kind of a free XP'er, so it's a little bit different. Oh, probably helps to actually have our probably helps to have our ship going at full speed, eh? We are going to do our best to use our speed and stealth to our advantage. Lack of stealth, I guess I should clarify. I would love to be able to get to within better torpedo range of this North Carolina, but I fully expect terrible things to happen otherwise. That New Orleans would be fantastic if he would die, too. A lot of their battleships are over here, but none of them seem to have any... None of our battleships seem to have any real comprehension about pushing. They're waiting for you, Gordon, in the test chamber. Okay. Props to anyone who can name that game. Not that it's a huge surprise. We're just gonna keep dumping torpedoes and sailing away so that we don't get detected. One of the downsides, obviously can't deal with being focus fired. Here's to hoping we maybe get something on that North Carolina. Shiratsu and Shan, those guys are still around. Really hoping for a better game in the Elephant Lady than this. Ooh, Anshan torps. Our Bismarck managed to successfully evade those. Depending on how we play this, we might be able to do some smoke and plink on some targets. Nope, not gonna get anything on the NC, unfortunately. We're gonna see how the engagement with the Bismarck plays out here. We are going to shoot at the North Carolina, try and help out as best we possibly can. Akatsuki's guns are very capable as I proceed to bounce or shatter all the shells. There we go. Now we're getting some shell hits in there, doing some damage. 891 a shot ain't very good, but it all stacks up quite nicely. 297. Sneak a kill. Oh, I was hopeful. That's what I get for hoping. Hello, Peacekeeper. For you, what is the best tier 10 battleship in World of Warships except Cruiser Hindenburg? Well, when you unlawfully, you know, narrow me down to such narrow choices, it's hard for me to pick one over the other. No, in my opinion, the Montana is by far the strongest multi-role battleship in the game. Every other ship seems to have a lot of really good things that it can play off of other ships real well. You know, for instance, Conqueror is really damage heavy, but it requires kind of a healthy cruiser presence to really maximize the potential of. That's not to say that it can't work on its own. It's just, it's not as versatile. You know, Grosser Kurfürst almost explicitly requires your team to be a willing participant in your Rush B shenanigans. And if it's not, Godspeed and good luck to you. What is this NC doing? Oh, he's accelerating. I know what that means. We do need to be extremely cautious. Oh, he's dead. Not even gonna matter. Sailing away rather intentionally here, trying to avoid drawing too much attention to myself. The NC is actually turning out in a way, so I think we're most likely going to miss with our torpedoes. Maybe not, but highly likely. We're going to turn back in. Yep, highly likely. So likely, in fact, that it's a guarantee. Shiratsu is down south, trying to get into the cap. Probably going to succeed. No, probably. Is going to succeed. So we'll get into the sea cap here. You know, getting smacked at the beginning of this is really hampering my aggressiveness. Might have to go down south and trying to help that way. Tirpitz, just focus down the North Carolina. You'll be fine. Get him! There you go. There you go. Moskva. Moskva is clearly battlecruiser, not battleship, although some people seem to confuse the two from time to time. Is what it is. He popped smoke and wiggled. He's still almost dead. Odd Templar says, Nebraska, he lives below me. You must live in Kansas. I feel sorry. I wish that I could offer more condolences. Which Mustang car do you have? I heard you have one. I have two of them, actually. I have a 2015 Mustang GT with the performance package, which is a my autocross car. It's in ruby red. And I also have a 1989 Mustang GT hatchback box body Mustang, which is getting a 6.2 liter overhead cam V8 out of a F250, but it's basically the Raptor motor. I'll lay a little bit of smoke here. Uh-oh. Stop spotting him. Not good. Oh, that Arizona stopped spotting him. That's who. There he is. Gonna try. Yes, turn. Nope, not going to eat torpedo. This gives me major sad, you see. We are going to launch and run as best we possibly can. This is risky. I think we'll be okay. Yeah, we should be. He's going to once again dodge, maybe. Nope, I think he's gonna eat at least one. Gimme, gimme, gimme! Yes! Flood, baby, flood. Aye! Sail away! Damn it. Well, we got him still. Well, that was not a good thing. Anyway. Don't feel bad, Whiskey lives in Kansas too. No, I don't. I do not live in Kansas. Yes, Kansas and the Midwest in general actually has a lot of bad weather, including torpedoes. What would you fix if working in wargaming? And I would say the biggest thing that I would do is I would make sure that they are listening to a much broader range of balancing decisions in the game. Right now, they are very, very focused on, you know, one, like one server mostly. And I think right now that they don't seem to really listen to anyone else. And I think that's a mistake on their part. Well, their Hippo just got a Kraken. Yeah, that's the USS Iowa in the background of my stream schedule. I was there, I took that picture. That's my picture. And, yeah, black blast bags, that's true. Anyone know when the USN cruiser split is going to happen? That's what Todd Templar is asking. And I don't know that Wargaming has announced an official date for when that split is going to happen. So I honestly can't say that I personally know. But, you know, ships are in testing, so obviously it can't be terribly long from now. I guess it's entirely possible that it could be. I know that there are ships that were tested eons ago that are not currently not currently in the game. Interestingly enough, Massachusetts was one of them, but it is back in port for testing. So, would you recommend the Tirpitz or the Scharnhorst? Of the two, I would recommend the Scharnhorst. Scharnhorst, in my opinion, is the much better of the two to play. That's just my opinion. Obviously, your mileage may vary. My problem with Tirpitz is, like most of the higher tier battleships, it suffers from, well, most of the tier 8 battleships, it suffers from being up-tiered a lot, and that's really annoying. Oh. Yeah, anyway, the, Scharnhorst benefits heavily from having a favorable matchmaking, which is super nice, but it also, in my opinion, is slightly more versatile. So, yeah, definitely try and get the Cleveland before the split so you can get the tier 8 version of it. You get a free ship out of that. Plus, you'll get the tier 6 Pensacola to replace your tier 6 Cleveland, so that's assuming they follow the same trend that they followed in the past with regards to how they are handling line splits. So, Buso burning out. Nice. Although, I think that's going to be the end of our Cleveland. He's got his try-hard on, though, that's for sure. Oh! Yep, he just died. J-Rag says hi and something else I can't repeat on a live stream. Probably that he's working, which we all know is false. Protech, take it easy, man. Thanks for checking out the stream. Hope to see you at the next one. I'm sure I will. Pretty regular, so. Hello, Lear Killer. Welcome back. Not a very good game in Akatsuki, but yeah, it is what it is. Alright, let's look here and see what ships we have played. We've gotten 3 battleships, 2 cruisers, and a destroyer, so let's... Where is he? We'll break out UA Young for some high-tier Pan-Asian destroyer madness. Thoughts on the North Carolina versus South Dakota class. In real life, the South Dakota class was a significantly superior battleship. In all ways except for one, which was space. Meaning, they were more cramped than the North Carolinas were, but as far as protection is concerned, way better on the South Carolinas, or sorry, South Dakotas than the North Carolinas. I don't think the U.S. battleships would have been that much different if the Panama Canal ordeal was dropped in favor of something else. I think you still would have seen them be roughly in the same size and shape that they are. The dude says, yo, Peacekeeper, love the vids. Thanks, man, I appreciate it. Mac Die over on Twitch is saying, holy crap, a Peacekeeper stream live on Twitch. Whoa, yeah. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? We're actually both on YouTube and on Twitch. Still primarily favoring YouTube because of the simplicity of it. Started off on YouTube Gaming. We'll stick around on YouTube Gaming. It's a lot easier for all the subscribers to get notified, and YouTube doesn't have overly restrictive policies concerning multi-streaming of stuff to it, like Twitch does, so... You'd like to imagine that I'm drinking straight out of a 2-liter of Diet Coke. Yeah, no. 2-liter of Dr. Pepper, get it right. The author of Neptune's Inferno stated several times that Sodak was compromised in its torpedo protection, or something like that. You know... No. Super Crew... I don't know that the... Okay, going back to South Dakota, I don't know that it was necessarily compromised. The biggest issues with the torpedo protection scheme on the South Dakotas and the Iowa class is that it didn't do a very good job of protecting the #1 turret because of it thinned right there. So that was probably its biggest fault. But the main armor belt, the way that it was all laid out with the internal belt and all that, actually was a pretty good advantage for those ships. So, MacDie is now hosting my stream. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. As for the Fox bodies, yeah, you're off by about a whole decade. So the Fox bodies started in 1978, I believe it is, and ran till 1994. 94 was the last year for the true Fox body Mustangs, or what are commonly referred to as the Fox body Mustang. On a technical note, the Fox platform continued to progress on through what is known as the SN95, or the New Edge Mustangs. That was the 95 to 2004 Mustangs. It's all based on the Fox chassis. It is literally the same exact underpinnings. There's only one slight difference between them, and that is that there were a couple slight differences in how the rear suspension bolts were utilized. Frack me. He's launching torpedoes, I know that already. Ouch. We're gonna keep sailing off this way. Baltimore, Baltimore. Baltimore's really close. We're protected. Iowa. Holy cow. We're gonna go over here. Looks like that Baltimore got thoroughly pee-pee smacked. That's pretty friggin' hilarious, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, Mr. Grozovoy, I am so glad you decided to run out that side. Okay, Man Sashi looks like he's backing up, but we're gonna launch torps. Pretty aggressive spread here. We are going to see if we can't, well, there's an Iowa there. I think we'll just kind of hang out where we're at. We're going to avoid shooting at the Musashi unless I think he's going to run away. Oh, crap. No, I think the torpedoes will be fine. I think they're going to escape the madness. Oh, yes. As soon as he ends up eating a whole bunch of torpedoes, we will we will switch to burning him down. That's at least 3 torpedoes, if not 4. Dunk, dunk, dunk. That's definitely 4 torpedoes. Hello, my good friend, Mr. Mansashi. He's like Mr. Miyogi, but a little bit different. Oh, come on now. We do need to be careful. This Grozovoy does exist still. Okay, let's keep going. YouTube has its own streaming system as well. Are you live on streaming on YouTube? Yes, in fact, I'm almost exclusively, like, the vast majority of my viewers are currently over on YouTube. So, Ai, Blien! Große Void! Scheiße! Ouch! Shoo! Ah! We oh, what is this? How did we manage to? What is that? I'm not complaining, but what? Oh, oh, that is so glorious. This boat is so balanced, Tovarish. It's great. And on top of that, if we get a fire right now, this Musashi is going to be in for a world of hurt. I don't know what's detecting me. I'm just going to assume it's the Musashi. Nope! It was nice knowing you. But Tovarish, I think it is time for you to go to sleep. This ship is so capable. Good night. Hindenburg! Oh, Nikes. Iowa. We are going... Oh, good, he's going away. That's a good place for him to go. I think the Iowa is going to be pretty close to out of... No, go forward. We're out of the Hindi's hydro range, so I think we'll just keep pushing here as best we possibly can. Collision, please. Oh my goodness, I am... Yes, that explains why there's only 11 people there. Yeah, that's pretty typical for my Twitch streams, believe it or not. Okay, Iowa is turning in, so we are going to hold off a little bit here. Actually, with the Gagero here, we might as well launch. We're... Yeah, screw it. Not worried about the Iowa class, and no radar or hydro. So hopefully we can convince this Iowa class to turn into my torpedoes. That would be hilarious. Or turn into somebody's torpedoes. We are not getting torpedo hits on him, so we are getting gun hits only. We broke 100k because the ship is brokenly overpowered. I don't know of any other way to word this other than it is brokenly overpowered. Good night. It's so balanced. Okay, let's keep going. Okie I gave an 84 T-Bird to a guy putting a 302 and 4-speed automatic in a 65 Stang. Be a fun sleeper that will get good gas mileage. Actually, there's a lot of really, really good things that you can do with... Oh, well, we just lost detection there. There's a lot of things that you can do to 84 T-Birds or another Fox body chassis, if I remember correctly. There are a couple of other chassis there as well that you can really use. Hello, Chris Meek, welcome. I'd say that you had a good game, but it's an average game at 100k in this ship. Well, we're not done yet. I mean, we've got a Harakaze over here that's being detected by a Missouri, I'm guessing. We're going to try and get into range. See if we can't continue to detect him. Gotta be we're going to go towards the cap. Here's the reason why. Hindenburg. That's about all I really need to say on that. Harakaze's going to spot us before we can spot him. Also extremely frustrating. So if I can get down here, maybe spot this North Carolina real briefly, and then get in front. Oh, for Pete's sakes, people. We're going to launch a set short, because I'm guessing he's going to turn in. What I would do Nah, yep, he's turning. I think we're going to get a little bit more than just... Oi, yoy. We are getting a lot out of that torpedo salvo. Holy cow. Oh, is balance, Tovarish, please. Oh, my word. What will it mean? Well, that's just rude, Harakaze. Uh-oh! Uh-oh, indeed! Aye. That's gonna hurt. Where's the radar? Yep, now we're dead. Quick! Kraken! DPM, go! Yes, we got the Kraken! Nice! Yes, I am indeed putting a torque monster in a 3,000-pound car, although it's going to be a lot more than 3,000 pounds when I'm done with it. It's going to be 3,250, unfortunately. We got a liquidator. Cause flooding to an enemy ship and destroyer. Damage caused by flooding must exceed 40% of the destroyed ship's normal hit point. What ship was that? I don't know. I'm not going to complain. Let's see if we can't. Wasn't the Montana. It had to have been the North Carolina? Yeah, it would have had to have been. Flooding? No, that's only 431 damage. Hindenburg? No damage. Musashi. Okay, so it's a Musashi. That's what we got it from. Nice. That was a friggin' amazing game. Yes, we definitely rapidly approached and hit the epic battle. Kraken, Dev Strike, Liquidator, High Caliber, man. I think you have an epic battle to do an epic battle replay on at another time. Ugh. Yes, that ship is definitely unfair. Did you see how much I trolled that? that poor Harakaze? He was sitting in his smoke, and I really thought we were dead. I legitimately thought we were going to die. Oh, we were going to look at Eagle Captain skills. So, yep, okay, so I've got Last Stand. My bad. So there's my Eagle build. You can see he was specialized in St. Louis, but anyway. Moving back to the port. Forgot about that roll cage. Well, the car, I have a class minimum weight of 3,250 pounds. So, I don't have much of a choice in that matter. I have to be at that weight. The car itself is going to get stripped out and pulled down to, like, oh, I don't know, 2,800 if I'm lucky is how low I want to get it. If I can get it down that low, that would be amazing. Tips for Japanese destroyers, because staying hidden doesn't seem to change anything. Yeah, Japanese destroyers are a bit hit or miss. The thing to remember is that these ships do have pretty decent guns starting at tier 7 and going above. Knowing when and how to use them is obviously going to be a challenge for most players, but once you figure it out, you can do quite a lot, so. Okay. Join ATV Nut 71 over on Twitch says enjoying the stream and vids, looking forward to the French Battleship videos. Yes, hopefully we will get back to you know, a regular stream schedule, or not stream schedule, but video upload schedule here soon. Work has been kind of crazy between both places of work, plus racing, plus everything else going on in my life that won't get into. So yeah, it's been a little hectic, so we'll get back to it, I promise. I don't... Yeah, we'll play Moskva, see what happens. Yes, it is a Fox Body Mustang, the dude. Atlantis, I do not have the Dmitry Donskoy. No, DM, Des Moines. Yes, I could play Des Moines. We could play that after this. And yes, Super Crew, I get to put the weight exactly where I want it, which is out back. So ship. My Fox Body Mustang is going to have it's not going to have, it has a Cobra independent rear suspension behind it. So that also helps kind of weight things to the rear as well. That's always good. Got about an hour left of this stream, so we've got time for 3, maybe 4 battles. One of those is going to be in Montana, obviously. That's what we always finish it up with. So, we will have that towards the end. Just a brief mention, if you're just new to the stream, you're just checking it out, thanks for checking me out. If you're looking for more information about, streams or when videos are going to come out, check out the link in the description to my Discord server. Feel free to join it. A lot of good information that gets put out there by all of the subscribers that are on the Discord server. So, definitely check that out. You can also get help there with the ships that you're struggling with. You can also find divisions, clans, all sorts of things. So, like I said, check that out, and hopefully there will be some good information there for you guys to enjoy. Give us some shimma. Okay. What type of racing do I do? I am a SCCA, Sports Car Club of America autocrosser. To oversimplify what that is, take a bunch of cones, lay out a course in a parking lot, and time it from beginning to end. I am in the region that is home to the Nationals, which is the largest amateur motorsport event in the world. We had last year about 1,350 registered entrants into the event. It took place over 1 week. Labor Day week in Lincoln, Nebraska. We run out there all the time at the airport. It is 110 acres of unobstructed concrete. So that's why I say oversimplify it a little bit. So, Turbo 9 in my game? Or is he just in chat? I think he's just in chat. Or I'm blind, one of the two. Both are possible. Okie dokie. On the hobby stock, we have 55 rear weight, 53 left side weight, 49 to 50. I would love to have, I don't know that we're going to get it. Even at 2,800 pounds, I don't know that I'm going to be able to get the, get it down to, any real rear weight bias. I would love to have it be 50-50 or 49-51 with 51 over the rear end, but I don't know that we'll get there. And cross weight, obviously, because I'm doing a... Tovarish! Pardon me, Tovarish. I believe you have hit my battle cruiser. I love how they said go BC and our team is going AB instead. Because that makes all the sense. I think I saw one of those races on, like, Fast, the new Black, or another car show. Yeah, if you've ever seen, like, a Good Guys Autocross event, or heard about Good Guys Autocross event, they're another group that does very similar to what we do. Obviously, the SCCA is kind of the founder of the sport, for lack of a better phrase. Maybe that's being a little oversimplified. And they certainly are the most popular of all of the autocross people who are not people, but organizations that offer autocross as a motorsport event. And so as a result, they tend to have the largest crowds at these events. And like I said, Nationals last year was huge. 1,350 people registered to participate. Fantastic turnout. Okay, so back to the game. Moskva. Battle cruiser operational. Not having any luck with a Missouri cooperating with me. It would have been nice if he would, but I don't know that we'll get anything major on. Oh, Moskva is gonna eat something. I have a feeling. Comrade, please. There's a double citadel. 15,000 damage in one salvo, thanks to glorious Soviet bias. And we just citadeled the Missouri? What? What did... That's in... No, that had to have been the Moskva that we citadeled. There's no way we citadeled that Missouri again. That would be ridiculous. I mean, that'd be hilarious, but that'd be ridiculous. Ah! Hello, Mr. Fletcher. Say hello to my railguns. Say hello to 1,600 damage thanks to my railguns. We are going to switch to HE, though. I think it's going to be a little bit more effective. Watch as I do like 10,000 damage to this Fletcher because law reasons. We are going to just keep pushing around this island here because there's not much going on to our right, but there's a lot going on to our left. Having this island cover here is super useful. Moskva! Still sailing broadside. Or broadside enough, I guess, is the right way to word this. Let's... Ay! Moskva, please, slow down, Tovarish. Please. Okay, any minute now. That's gonna hurt. What? Nani? Interesting. Well, this has been interesting. Moskva is, for those who are wondering, Moskva is not the type of ship to go out and just, you know, brawl it out. It is not what I would call a kiting ship. It is very much a sit, camp, plink, kind of like we're currently doing. I would definitely hesitate strongly to do anything more aggressive in it. At some point, it really does become a liability to your team. Oop, 1,700 damage. I think he's gonna eat some torpedo, maybe. Nope. Boo. Meanwhile, continuing to troll the ever-living crap out of this Missouri. Using our island armor as best armor. Really? Okay. Des Memes. Doing a pretty good job of hiding back there. We'll keep creeping out here every now and then. Trying to force their hand a little bit. Oops, slow down. Come on, Moskva. One thing I don't like about this ship is it's, I'm going to call it maneuverability. It's not really what I'm looking for. It's not the phrase that I'm looking for. I don't care for the ship, the way it accelerates and slows down. I think it's a pretty healthy compromise. We're going to switch back to HE now. Most of their team is behind cover, while most of our team is kind of pushing their team. So we'll just keep plinking at this Missouri. Ooh, Fletcher. We might be able to duck up to the Fletcher smoke here and do a little bit more work with all of our guns. Yeah, there we go. Ashkent is too far away for me to engage. There's a Fletcher hiding somewhere. So we'll go ahead and we'll push out. Push up to this Fletcher smoke. Maybe we'll be able to find that other Fletcher and maybe get some damage on him. Moskva is the ultimate in bow-tanking cruisers. Disagree. Baltimore is significantly better. Baltimore is significantly better because Baltimore is actually capable of bow-tanking most ships. Now, what makes Moskva particularly effective as a quote-unquote bow-tanking cruiser is the fact that her armor profile is super trolly. You know, she has a pretty healthy amount of belt armor, and if angled even a little bit, can really put the hurtsin on the enemy. But as you can see, you know, damage-wise, Moskva does decent damage. The problem with Moskva is that while she does decent damage, her overall capabilities are less and less the further out ships get. And I just don't... I don't know, like, you really have to get a little too close for this ship for me to feel ultimately very comfortable. Yes, yes. Not afraid of you. I'm gonna try and bait this into the belt. Turning in. Hello, Tovarish! It is nice knowing you! Now I have glorious opportunity here to display our bias. Man, that Missouri got trolled. Ooh, ouch. What was that from? Wasn't from a gearing, that's for sure. That was interesting. Does anybody have any idea where that shot came from? I honestly have no idea. I am a touch miffed by that. It wasn't the Missouri. It wasn't this Missouri, I don't think anyway. Oh no, I'm radared. Whatever will I do? How about shoot back? Being this broadside to an enemy Missouri is disconcerting. But we'll do our best to be battle cruiser operational here. Before we get Yamato operational in our face. Other Moskva did that much damage to me with AP while angled? Yeah, I don't think so. I would love to believe that, but I don't think so. that was a pretty impressive hit for HE. Sorry, Republique. If I was broadside to him, I'd understand, but I wasn't, so I kind of don't. There's a healthy chunk of their team radared. I am detected now. That's going to be this gearing, I think. Nope. There's the gearing. Briefly, as my radar stops working. Gonna continue to sail away here, hoping maybe we'll get lucky and smack some enemy broadside cruiser here. Fletcher still alive. Not good. Those are 16-inch shells from the NC. Lol, 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 lol. At this point, we're sailing away. Distance definitely is your friend in this ship in some respects. Is not your friend in a lot of respects, too. Nope, not gonna get, I don't think, anything out of that. We're gonna continue sailing around the island over here. It's... Ooh, got 5 overpens. That had to hurt. We got 32 seconds before radar is up on our glorious Soviet bias boat. That NC finally popping around the corner here. Oh, he's on the other side now. Alright, well, fine. We'll switch back to AP. I am detected again. It would be nice to have radar up. That Moskva is really far away. That one is not far away, but... Oh, not detected. I'm... Ah! Hello, Mr. Gimmick! Moskva's secondaries. Surprisingly long-ranged. I don't know how I've managed to live this long, but I will take it. What I would like to do is get into range of this Moskva over here and shoot at him. Oh, gearing, 9K. What is my secondary range? 8.2, apparently. Ooh, we got that Moskva on fire. We will get all battle cruisery on her, him, it, whatever you want to call it. Hello! It is nice knowing you, Tvorish, although I think you are on the wrong team. It would appear that you and the fascists have gotten together. I don't think this is what you want. That other Moskva is shooting at me now. I am located. We're gonna slow down a little bit here, anticipating torpedoes. I don't want to get in the smoke because it really doesn't help us any. I also really don't want to burn, and I really don't want to burn the repair on that. We've got no choice to, though, but to. Oh, he's exposing just enough side. I think we'll be good. Ha ha! I knew it! Goodbye. One does not simply... Oh, we won! Neat! So I discovered something really funny. I do 3 times better alone than in divs. Not only my stats, but my solo performance playing by myself is much better than when I solo perform in a div. Yes! I totally understand where you're coming from with that. You know, I myself have experienced something similar. I do enjoy playing in divisions, but at some point, you know, you've got, you know, there are limitations to what you can really effectively do in a division if you're trying to save a friend. And I like divisions, but like I said, at the end of the day, I do better, like you, solo than I do in a division. I still don't know. Mighty Mo sit as the conning tower. I don't think battleship citadels go into the conning towers. It would be unusual for it to do so, I guess is what I'm trying to get at here. You can see it's not marked. Plus, I don't think... Oh. It's not working here. There we go. I don't think I'm getting through 439 millimeters of armor, let alone 184 millimeters of horizontal armor at the ranges I was shooting at. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think that's what it was. I think what happened is I think we had one shot that was still in the air when I started shooting at the Missouri that ended up citadeling the other Moskva. Oh, we can actually, I think, go look at that. Moskva. Detailed report. So we did 57,000 damage to him and 36 to the Missouri. 22,000 in AP, I guess maybe. It's entirely possible. I don't know, it just seems weird. It would be nice to know what ships I citadeled. Maybe. Nope. That would be way too convenient for it to tell you what ships you citadeled. We had a request for... Well, we've had a lot of requests, but we'll pull out Des Moines. It's been a long time since we played Des Moines. Here's how I have it set up. Captain skills-wise, I do have Expert Loader, Expert Marksman, Adrenaline Rush, Demo Expert, Superintendent, AFT, and Concealment Expert. I'm not a huge fan of this ship, but we will play it. Nope, we've got time for one more battle before we play Montana, so... Moskva is very, very, very hard to play well. It's not my favorite tier 10 cruiser by any stretch of the imagination. Tier 10 on Haven. Nice. This is a good map for the Des Memes. For those who are not aware of Des Memes benefits, Des Memes is, Noshiro. Where? In Stalingrad! Anyway, for those who don't know, Des Memes' strength is in her rapid fire reload of her main battery. 5.5 seconds without any real struggle at all. Super, super... super fast rate of fire. They are 8-inch guns, and that has a lot of distinct benefits. Mostly, if there is a cruiser nearby that is broadside, you will melt it crazy fast. So... Who's Noshiro? Noshiro is, Cruiser Noshiro is another super tester. Explains why he has a Stalingrad. So, Woe9 and I are both super testers, so that's the obsession there. The most fun I've had in a tier 10 cruiser is Hindenburg. Getting sits on battleships is fun. I would agree. Citadels on battleships can be a lot of fun, although the number of battleships in which you can Citadel is getting less and less. I don't use priority target. At all, ever. Never have, never will. Never will is wrong. I have, and never have is actually wrong. I do on destroyers, but I don't, I really don't on anything else. Especially on cruisers. Especially on US cruisers, there's so many other things that, in my opinion, are way better points to spend. Preventative maintenance being one of them. Fletcher, you should run. So this rune is broadside to us. That's rapidly going to be a mistake. This is what I'm talking about. Look at this. We're not even 3 minutes into this match, and we've already done 25,000 damage. And look, there's more. Hello, Mr. Des Moines. Say hello to my 8-inch friends. He's even slowing down. What is this nonsense? I don't get it. Why do people insist on doing this? Is this a thing? Look at that damage. Oh my goodness gracious. Rip your hit point pool. Oh, it's so hilarious. Oh no, not that. Whatever will I do? Oh. Oh, man. This thing is ruthless. I mean, it really is ruthless. And its strengths, you know, are more than outweighed by some of the deterrents to it. The problem is it's so map-dependent. You know, some maps this ship is brokenly overpowered. Some maps this ship is just downright terrible. It just depends entirely upon... you know, the map that you're playing on. Some of them, like I said, this map can be particularly strong on. Other maps, not so much. Yeah, so 4 minutes in, 63,000 damage. Wonder what that's all about. Also, that Harakaze. Can we play hide and seek with Mr. Harakaze? I'd like to play hide and seek with him, but I think is plenty far out of his element. This would be one of those rare moments where having a people are realizing I'm in this game. This would be one of those rare moments where having what was the word I'm looking for? Oh, scouting plane, that's what I'm looking for. Would be super handy. Hey, there's the Harakaze. No! Yes! It was not in vain. So we are focusing Noshiro here. This is going to be something that if we can get that Kerr first lit on fire, maybe even removed a little bit, we would probably have a lot more fun if we could get rid of that Kerr first over there. But you know, I'm perfectly content with trolling Noshiro as well. Noshiro is just conveniently in one of those locations too. Eventually, well, we might actually be able to test out the durability of that ship. So we'll keep engaging. He's turning broadside, so we'll get to see what the belt armor is like on that thing. We're not detected. This is a really bad place for the enemy team to have to be dealing with me. Ooh! That was interesting. Oh, see, he's angled away now. I don't think we're going to get nearly the damage that we were getting before. No, we're still doing pretty decent damage to him. What I'd like to do is see if I can't edge around this island a little bit here to, try and get into guns onto this broadside grosser Kerr first, because that's going to start hurting him. Oh, I bleed. Pain, suffering, bail out. Holy crap. And welcome to my personal hatred of this ship. So you get out in the open at all, and you get screwed at the drive-thru. Doesn't mean you're not capable of doing a lot of damage before you go, like that. But it really is super annoying at how fragile this ship is. All things considered. Woo! Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Keep wiggling, you can do it. Keep going, Peacekeeper, hang in there. Oof. I think we're... We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna drop off detection now. Hopefully. Hopefully. Thank you. Hello, comrade. I see you over there. Would you like to accept my 8 inches of love? Apparently not. I don't think you appreciate my love. Mr. Donskoy would like to have word with you. One nice thing about this ship is that with Adrenaline Rush, your rate of fire becomes significantly more ridiculous. And so you get to do more things. Yeah, sorry, Woe, that your waifu got kind of punished pretty heavily there. I hope she will forgive you for allowing me to do that much damage to her. But yeah, DPM, name of the game. Just keep turning, just keep turning. Oh man, I'm telling you, talk about like hardcore pucker moments Just 110. Ooh. Yamato not having anything to do with that. We're going to switch to HE because we got this Fletcher over here. Or Donskoy manages to nuke him. Perfect. Stalingrad. Yeah, that... Interesting. Des Moines is not the Chuck Norris of U.S. cruisers. I'm sorry, this ship is garbage outside of very select situations in which it is brokenly overpowered. Like I said, when you get islands in this thing, like on this map, this ship is really strong. When you don't, it is absolute garbage. I would 9 times out of 10 prefer to take the Baltimore. Oh, screw it. Only 12-inch guns. Should be able to bow tank Noshiro here. Plus, we've got rate of fire on our side. Plus, we've got spotting from a Hindenburg. So if we can combine this with some good damage dealing capabilities, I think we'll be all right. Also helps to be able to aim, something that I'm currently struggling with, apparently. Oh no! Not being radared. Whatever will I do? Really? Nothing? Oh crap! That's Yamato. Missouri's over here. What are these people just... Push. Dear God, please. We're gonna try and sneak between these islands over here. With that's gonna come some risk, but we are not exactly risk adverse at the moment. My only hope is that this is going to be enough for us to be able to do some work before bad things start happening. Nice. Very nice. Run away! Run away! Run away to Camelot! Oh my goodness. Like, 10 out of 10 pucker factor. Just continuous. Ooh. You know... Ooh, that Yamato is risking it. I would not choose that if I were him, but then again, torpedoes from the Hindenburg. If the Hindenburg switches to AP, that could be really nasty. We're gonna turn around and try and help the Hindi, because apparently cruisers are battleships this match. Oh, he's not having a good time. Oh, yep, good. Good. We're good. We're good. DPM go. Most short-lived thing ever. Whew. What is the best tier 10 ship for each type based off of my experience? Oh man, I would say that probably the single best tier 10 cruiser is probably Hindenburg. Best tier 10 battleship is probably Montana. Destroyer-wise, I would say Yue Young is probably the best, and carrier is obviously Hakuru, because the USN will never have good carriers according to Wargaming. So, yeah, there's that. Well, that would be my opinion. You know, there's a couple of ones that can kind of go either way there, so I guess some people are really adamant about, you know, Yamato or Grosser Kurfürst being better. My thing with Montana is it's just a much more versatile ship overall. That's my opinion of it. Montana build, let's look at that real quick. And here you can see how I have it set up. Yeah, carrier's not a thing currently, but I I've just noticed that every time I take off AA Guns Mod 2 and throw on something like Secondary Battery Mod 2, I end up facing a crap ton of carriers for some odd reason. I don't know what it is. Frankly, don't care to ever know what it is. But, yeah. I don't know. Should I go Congo or upgrade my Furutaka? I would go Congo. Furutaka is very easy to play compared to Miyogi. And I personally think that Furutaka can wait. Okay, so we are in yet another Tier 10 match, which is unsurprising because we are in a Montana. Map is Tears of the Desert, formerly Tears of the Cruiser. Chungmu, Asashio. Gearing. Lots of very potent torpedoes. Ognivoy's not too bad either. Got a lot more radar, though, so hopefully we will, better than that. Yamato and Musashi ended up being failures. If the IJN took the 280,000 tons of steel into CVs and support ships, that things might have been different. He says would have been different, but they might have been. You never fully know until something like that actually gets changed and happens, but I don't know. I think doctrine-wise, I think the Japanese were just a little behind the curve. They were waiting for their decisive battle to happen with the U.S. Navy, and the U.S. Navy was having none of it. And even if they took all of that and devoted it entirely into making carriers or destroyers or cruisers, I really don't think it would have made much of a difference because their training regimen for their carrier, for their aircraft, by the end of the war, they didn't really have any experienced pilots to really do much in the way of training their air crews. And so as a result, a large number of them just got turned into suicide squads and kamikazes. And while, yeah, I suppose you could say that, you know, that could have prolonged the war, I don't know that would have changed much. I think you would have seen the U.S., you would have seen ships like the Worcester would have made it out into the, oceans had the war continued on. Des Moines, those 3-inch 50 cal guns would have replaced the 40mm Bofors, 5-inch 38 and 5-inch 51 caliber guns or 54 caliber guns like we have here on the Montana would have came out and they would have been put on ships. I mean, I just don't know that they could have kamikazed enough aircraft into the battleships to really make a huge enough difference. But that's just, that's just my personal opinion. Obviously, like I said, we wouldn't know that for a fact until it actually happened, so because it's not going to happen, I guess we will never officially know. Still is Tears of the Cruiser. Man, I don't know. This map is way better than it used to be for cruisers. I mean, like, way, way better than it used to be for cruisers. This map used to be absolutely brutal. At least now there's islands that can be fought around. Gearing! That's an important ship to get rid of as soon as friggin' possible. And he's kind of slowing down. That's a pot shot. One which I don't know is going to actually... Wow! Really? We still got a hit on him. Well, it looks like they're abandoning C, so we're gonna go try and sneak C. Maybe we can get some broadside ships over on the other side. If we could get rid of this gearing, that would be a tremendous help. That would be one less destroyer we have to worry about being a pain in the rear. Chapayev! Ooh. Oh, looks like the Montana is possibly turning around. Oh! Hello. That has got to be the gearing over here in the smoke. Or not. Well, I guess it could be something else, but... This Missouri would radar. Nope, gearing is over here. In fact, it's the gearing that's actually spotting me. Ognivoy. Interesting. Missouri's off that way. Come on. Trying to get guns to bear on a destroyer in cap like this is a bit difficult. Especially since we don't want to be broadside for too long, because we do have a Missouri over there. I'm trying to help this Missouri, but man, he is really pushing my level of patience to help him out, because that Missouri that's on their team is going to have a field day with me here if I don't... Oh, good. We're not detected. That means we can get a good reload off, and we can blap this guy and get him out of here. Okay, he's... Oh! Whoa! I screwed that up big time. Our Missouri is most assuredly going to die now. Yes! Good job on the secondaries. Get some help over to this Missouri by taking some action against this Chapayev. Mr. Cheppy, let us go. I think if we wait, the Chapayev might actually, Oh! No, 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 no. We are not going to hang around here too much longer. Without a lot more help than I'm currently getting. Really? That's it? One gun! I derped one gun! A 16-inch shell ripped through a light cruiser's freaking bow, and we derped a gun. I'm just gonna keep this turn going. I really don't care if we lose a large amount of hit points. Aye! Just keep turning. We'll just keep turning. Not interested in getting in a gunfight with this Chapayev if I can avoid it. Well, I'm not interested in getting in a gunfight with a Chapayev backed by a Montana and a Missouri, if I can avoid it. Good night. What? What? Where is my BS at? Where is my friggin' BS meter at? What was that? Clearly, Soviet cruiser is very balanced. Please die. Sincerely, the U.S. Navy. No, we're gonna get 2 overpens somehow out of this whole ordeal. Meanwhile, they've got a Montana over there. Give me a kill! No Citadel hits! What is with you, Wargaming? This is not... This cannot be legit. Seriously. Seriously. Thank you. That was the most annoying thing I have ever seen in my life. How in the heck? I don't know. Anyway, Montana versus Edinburgh in Montana. Let's do it. Why not? What's the worst that could happen from this engagement? Well, for one, the worst thing that could happen is my guns refuse to get on target. We do need to hurry up and shoot here because we want it to be a better target than the Edinburgh is. Hopefully we can get something interesting. Nope, not even a derped turret. Again, need to be a better target here. Edinburgh, smoke if you got it, man, because he is going to eat you alive if you don't. There you go. Turn and focus on the battleship. At this point, we're going to start focusing heavily on his guns, just to try and derp a couple of them. He's got no help over here that I'm aware of. Chungmu's in the middle, Asashio's way up north. Turning in a little bit here to try and bounce. Come on, come on. Those are some good bounces. Okay. Dude, you opened up way too much. That's gonna hurt. Woof. So we're gonna charge him down. We really don't have anything to worry about except for this Missouri that's over here. Which I think if we split the difference, I think we'll be okay. So again, Edinburgh, if you've got smoke, use it. I'm guessing he must be a radar Eden because he's not. He's currently not engaging his smoke, and that's gonna be a bad day for him if he doesn't step it up a little bit. Again, just maintaining angles. We don't want to advance too far because we're going to end up in the Missouri's line of fire there. I think he would actually be surprisingly effective at engaging me. Shooting at the superstructure there, trying to get as much damage as possible. Meanwhile, bouncing the Montana shells. Just going to continue to... oh, see, he's... just splitting the difference. Go ahead and feel free to continue to engage. Missouri is finally coming around this side over here. I'm a little disappointed that he didn't bother to, that this Montana didn't want to brawl. Missouri's in a really bad place to try and damage me. So if we continue to back up, Chungmu Torp's not long enough to actually get to me, so that's a good sign. Missouri's radar... oh man, our team is faltering. This will actually end up being the last salvo that we fire. We might be able to drop off of detection here. We're lucky. Trying to swing the back end towards the Missouri. Manages to derp a turret like a jerk face. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, he is broadside in. Too much. Slow the roll. Okay, that salvo looked way prettier. He's turning back in now. Mostly because he's got support from this Missouri. And again, this Edinburgh. Find some island cover, homie. Do something. I think we're going to try and... no, we're not going to be able to pirate broadside him either. Again, trying to be a better target than the Edinburgh. Trying to be a better target and not getting terribly successful with it, but... I'll take 13,000 damage off of a Missouri. Especially since the Missouri is not going to be able to engage me. But, oh, hey, team. Okay, Iowa and Richelieu sparring. We're just going to sail away from this and try and help our team out as best we possibly can, because at this juncture, if we don't get some help out there, this is not going to end well for the team. Grosser curve first. Yeah. Shut it. Shut it! Wish that Moskva was in a little bit better range, but he's not. Again, being kind of picky and choosy with where shots go. Trying our best to, like, seriously finish him off. Our goal is to win this. We need to kill ships. That Des Moines is well outside of my range. Missouri's kind of broadside. Let's see if we can't get lucky and... Cheese and Pete's! I mean, I'll take the trade, I guess, but man, that hurt like a son of a gun. Another 12k off of him. So we're just gonna continue to try and... Oh. Yeah, keep focusing on the Montana. Oh, well, rip us. Nobody killing the Chungmu. That was a mistake. So we'll just keep going, I guess. Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll find something to shoot at. In the Moskva! Moscow, Moscow! I don't know. Oh, we got a fire! Yeah, bring us our guns back around here. There's the Moskva's shells. We all know he isn't going to get involved in this and expose himself any. Yep, this is probably our last salvo. At this point, I really don't care. It's pretty much a guarantee that we're going to lose this, so no use in trying to be cheeky about it. Somehow managing to survive? What? Come at me, bro! Chungmu was spotted at close range. Yeah. Alright, well. We didn't really, I mean, it was an okay game. All things considered. Sorry I wasn't able to look at the chat much there. So we will go back up here and look at this. Operation... Whiskey, have you heard of Operation Ego? I'm learning of it right now. It's pretty crazy. It was like Tengo with Yamato, but replacing with Yamashiro. And it's to Saipan. Interesting. Don't think Yamashiro really made it that far. Kind of got taken out early on. World War II at the end was the resource game in the United States. Had that in aces compared to both Japan and Germany. Nothing could have changed the outcome except for no involvement from the US. That's absolutely true. Imagine if FDR didn't get reelected. I think things probably still wouldn't have changed that much. Japan never wanted to defeat the US. They wanted to force a peace where Japan would control most of Asia. Not only control most of Asia, but they also wanted to be treated as a they wanted to be treated as an equal to the United States. And they wanted the same treatment under the various naval treaties that were around at the time. And that was actually one of the major things that spurred the attack on Pearl Harbor, was a repeated number of slights by the West towards Japan, kind of treating them kind of like, not really a third world country, but not at the same level. And then on top of that, Japan had very large imperialistic ideals and really wanted most of Asia for themselves, so that's true. It came down to a combination of trade embargoes plus the constant slights through various treaties of the time that really solidified Japan's position against the US. Because remember, Japan and the United States, with Britain and France, were all on the side of the Allies in World War I. But the relationship between Japan and the US during that time frame at World War I was really not... was really not on all that solid of ground. They were kind of an unwilling participant in World War I. They had other ideas of what they wanted, but, you know, it is what it is. Supercrew says, just wanted to thanks again for all you do in the stream and off, and thank you for doing what you do daily to protect the people of Nebraska. Well, thanks for coming out, Supercrew. I appreciate it. Hopefully the Akatsuki video, it wasn't that great of a battle, but hopefully you enjoyed what little of it that was enjoyable. Mullet Baby continues, Hitler was not even told of the December 7th attack. He found out from the media and the news reports coming from Hawaii and Washington after it happened, and it forced him to act. Yeah, and I think had Hitler been consulted, he would have told them to hold off until either the UK or Russia had fallen, but they didn't. And so as a result, we got involved at a critical point in the war where we were able to send all of our resources directly to Great Britain and reinforce that before they fell. But will you play War Thunder for the meme? We might play War Thunder in a different live stream. I think this one we're going to go ahead and end it here. But just kind of going through the chat here. He was hoping for a quick Russian victory. Then he could attack England, but it didn't work. Yeah, the Russian winter. Hello. 2,700-pound shell and only damaging a gun. Yep, Cywar Gaming. Yeah, it didn't even do damage either. That was kind of the frustrating part, but the U.S. was making CV in, what, less than a year? They were basically replacing their losses in a few days plus. Yeah, more than that, because the U.S. really didn't lose that many carriers throughout World War II. In fact, Yorktown, Hornet, and Lexington, right? So I think those were the only three that true CVs that we lost. Everything General William Mitchell said came true, that air power would be the weapon of the future, which slapped in the face the people who were pro big gun ships. Interestingly enough that you say that, with railgun technology coming up, I really think it'll be interesting to see what ends up happening with the whole concept of battleships, because railgun technology is going to need the size of the power plant of something like a carrier, which means you're going to have a ship ultimately the size of a carrier, obviously not as tall, but at which point you're probably going to see healthy investment in battleship technology again. You sure about Hitler? He impatiently attacked the Soviets, which led to his ultimate doom. I think Hitler was really wanting either Great Britain or the Soviet Union to fall before the United States got involved, because I don't think that Hitler would have been all for attacking the United States and dragging them onto the side of the Allies without having removed some of the major key players in Europe first. You remember, France had already fallen. They were halfway through, you know, the important bits of Russia, getting close to the capital of Russia, and they had almost pushed the United Kingdom to the brink of, you know, getting basically getting destroyed. So I don't know. It would have been interesting. ICBM will probably replace everything. ICBMs have been around since the 1950s. Well, technically well, we'll just say 1950s. I think 1940s is being pretty aggressive. You're kind of loosely interpreting the V2 as something that could have been an ICBM, but anyway, thank you everybody for coming out. This has been a fantastic live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, you know, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. If you are on Twitch, feel free to follow. I appreciate you guys coming out. Once again, I'm just going to plug the Discord server if you guys are interested in, you know, a Discord server with a lot of good information coming out about needing help with ships or wanting to vision up with people, or even have, you know, voice channels in there for you guys to use. Feel free to check that out. Link is in the description. Otherwise, I will catch you guys later. I'm your Peacekeeper. Thanks for watching.